Okay. Alright, so today I'm streaming ProsePainter.com. Yeah, ProsePainter.com. Cool, that's working. Okay, so this is the picture I made earlier today. That's ProsePainter. It's kind of, it's called photon collision, so it's two photons colliding here. So anyways, I'm going to show you guys how I use ProsePainter. I use it a bit differently from other people, but this should give you an idea how I use it, and then you can use that to use it however you want. So go to ProsePainter.com, and it's got my what I was working on last. It'll look different for you because it'll have one of these ones or something. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to upload a picture. So I made these pictures earlier today. Let's see. Is that too loud? It seems okay. I'll check it in a little bit, and if it's too loud, then I'll fix it. So okay, we're gonna take our picture that we're gonna upgrade. So I made this picture earlier today, and so I have a way of doing these lady pictures that I just do it the same way almost every time, but I change it up every once in a while. So what I'm gonna do is go to brush options, and I almost never use these default options. I put that way down, so we'll put it there. Turn that way up, and we're gonna make this pretty big because it's like a big picture. This really depends on the size of what you're working on. So I'm going to select the hair first. So I'm just going to use a weak brush to select this, a very weak brush, and so I can get a nice smooth selection. And over time you'll learn which sections are most important to select heavily. So like kind of near the outer edges are more important than the inner edges. The inner edges kind of makes things mess up a little bit when you select it too much. So we did that, and I'm going to select the face a little bit. Okay, so I like using the style hyper-realistic, so I'm going to leave that in most of the time, but it's really up to you what you want to do. You don't need a style, or you can change the style to something you like, but that's just kind of what I like. So anyway, I guess we'll just put that. Seems to work. Elegant straight hair. Elegant is a good hair modifier, and straight seems to work. It kind of lightened up the hair too much though, so I'm going to make it. It also changed a bit too much here, so I'm going to erase that a little bit. And the eraser is weaker than the paintbrush, so I'll get straight dark hair. Let's try that. Okay, that's way better. It's kind of weird because it's at the top of the picture, so it's kind of hard for it to know exactly what kind of angle to put here. So we're good. So we can zoom in using these, or you can use Control scroll wheel. So either way works. I like the scroll wheel; it's faster. So okay, I'm gonna go something like this. Okay, so that's the hair. That's pretty good. And while we're here, we can always... And the reason I selected the face is that it kind of lets it redo the lighting a little bit, so it lets it do like a pass over the lighting with the hair, and that helps a little bit too. That seems fine. Okay, let's see what it did. Okay, so it's good. What about here? Alright, we're done with the hair. Next we'll do this dress. So I'm going to get a bit more ink this time. So I'll just do the outline first. And then just kind of the rest of it. I find when you select down here it doesn't really help that much, so I'm going to leave that. So I'm going to leave elegant. So now we're going to do elegant black shiny dress. And I guess maybe select a little bit more. Okay, so here we can see what it did. Maybe I'll zoom in even a little bit more, so you can really see what it does. So this is where we started, and that's where it ends up. Something like here is probably the best. Alright, so we did that. Oh, I forgot to select the face. So you can select the face a little bit with a very weak brush when you do that, and it'll help the lighting, but I didn't, and that's fine. So we're going to do the background now, and this is like the easiest part actually. It really does a good job with the background. It's one of the best parts of this. So I just used an old picture I made for the background. It's like some kind of portal or something, you can see the edge. I just want to get some cool stuff back there. And I'm going to select it pretty heavily this time. So don't select the hair, because it'll do stuff you don't want it to. I'm just going to erase that a bit. Okay, so I'm just going to put the title. And we'll see. If it doesn't work good, I'll put something else, but I like to do this with the background and just see like what the AI thinks of that concept, and if it has like what it does. I think I should have selected it more heavily, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to make this even stronger, and I'm going to select it even more. I really wanted to do like a lot of stuff here, so just make it really dark. Or I guess it's light in this case, but put the magic ink on, a lot of the magic ink for the background. Okay, if this happens to you, it's fine. You just selected it. It's just selected, so you can just click outside and it deselects it. Okay, so I don't know, the background is not that great. I think the starting image didn't really match up with my prompt. So, oh, and it's not selected enough here. Okay, no. So I gotta zoom in. So I gotta use a smaller brush, maybe a bit weaker. And okay, go like that. It's really just this thing that wasn't changing, and I think instead of that I'm going to put like Palace of Virtue. Kind of makes more sense with what we're trying to do here. Okay. Let's just go like right here. All right. That's a nice picture. Okay, let's download that. Okay, next picture. I'm just gonna do a bunch right quick. So this one is through a dimensional rainbow. So what I want going on here is I want this to be some kind of like pinecone crystal or something. So I'm gonna select. Okay, that was kind of bad. I'm gonna get in there. Mouse pad. Okay. Okay, that's cool, but I want more colors, so I'm going to put spectral. Okay, that's not really doing it, so I'm going to put rainbow. It's still not really doing what I wanted it to. Let's just select it a little weaker, I think. I'm going to get the eraser out, and I'll just erase it a little bit. If it's changing it too much at the start, then just erase it a bit. I wonder if I should select this bottom part too. Oh, that's good, that's pretty good, that's what I'm going for. I just wonder if I should select this. Oops. Okay, this needs to go away. Let's try it. Okay, that looks cool. Let's just make sure it matches up with everything else. Alright, yeah, that's good. Okay. So I'm going to make a big brush. Actually, you know what? This time I'm going to go select all. And then I'll make the eraser hard. I'm going to leave that alone. That thing we just did. Okay. And I'm actually going to just erase a little bit of this ink. I don't want to use very much ink. By default, the ink is really strong, so I like to turn it down. Okay. Let's just put the title in. Let's see what it does. Is that what the title was? Hopefully. Let's see. That is so cool. Now the hard part is going to be to choose like which part was the best part. Or is it just keeps getting better? I kind of like here. But then that is pretty cool too. So it's either here or here. I think right here, that's the key. A little bit of both. All right. That looks sweet. Okay. So this one's called Astral Energy Maze. Oh, this better not be another spammer. Let's look. No, probably not. Maybe not. Could be. Alright, let's see. So, again, I'm going to select all. Let's make... I guess I might as well post the stream. Let's see. They don't give you the link until it's actually live. Okay. So, let's just see what happens if it's fully selected. It's pretty good, but it loses a lot of the color, so that's why we don't want to do that. So I got my eraser. It's a little too strong. I kind of want to leave the middle part alone, because I don't know, it's pretty cool. It's kind of messing it up. And up here is cool, but you can see all the warp marks where I used the warp transform. Okay, so just weakening this ink. Let's do that. Okay, maybe I could have selected the middle part a little bit more. I guess I erased it a little bit too much. Let's put this up a bit. Okay. Okay, again I kind of lost the colors, especially around the edges, so I'm just going to erase the edges a bunch. And I'm going to need a much stronger eraser. So I'll just erase the edges a lot. I might as well make this really strong. But I want to leave them a bit so we can redraw it a bit. This starting image is very upscaled, super duper upscaled, so this helps erase some of the upscaling. So I guess I erased it too much again. I just really want to select this spot here because I really stretched it out a bunch. So just go like that. Let's see if I can. Okay, yeah, that covered it up pretty good. And it's doing some cool stuff here. I like it. I'm going to leave that. Okay, let's see it from the start to the finish. I think this is the final one. So we didn't change it that much, but it added more maze stuff, so that was cool. I like it. Alright, that's another one. Just flying through these. Oh yeah, this one is so good. It's called A Cosmic Starry Night. This is going to be a challenge because I don't know what to put in for the prompts to make this work, but we'll see. So I'm just going to select this landscape here. Oops, I can't type. Glittering, dark, alien landscape. Let's try that. Okay, I'll be right back too. Just 1 minute. Okay, let's see if that worked out. I wanted to stream earlier, but my internet was so weird and slow. It was like there was interference, a bunch of drop packets. Okay, so that didn't really work the way I wanted it to, but sort of did. It's got too much like lens flare. So I'm going to get rid of this style. This style makes a lot of lens flare. So let's just see what it's like without that. I guess it's the glimmering that makes it. Let's try that. I'm gonna get rid of the alien because I think it has like preconceived notions about the word alien. So we're gonna get rid of that and see if it makes it better. Yeah, that's better. That's what I was going for. And we don't need that much. We're gonna go right about here. Although, you know what, I'm gonna erase. I feel like it didn't do a great job here. So I'm just gonna leave that erased. And I'm also gonna select this part. Okay. Okay, that's way better, but it's doing too much here. So I'm just gonna, yeah, it's really selected there. Just gonna erase a bit of that. Okay, we'll try that. The great thing about this website is you get to just try things over and over and change a little bit and then see if it made a difference. Okay, I did some kind of cool stuff here. I think it might be the best right at the start. One of those cases. Yeah, that's pretty good. We need to select this right here. Okay, let's try that. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go with that. Okay, so I'm going to select the sky here. So you'll get a smoother selection if you use a weak brush and go over it a few times. Okay, so what am I going to put in here? Probably something like dark navy blue extra terrace. Oh my god. Terrestrial. Okay, I like that, but I think I should put black and navy blue. Because it's not dark enough, it needs to be a bit darker to be a night sky. Although, who knows on this planet. Maybe this is day, actually. And night is like, even brighter. That doesn't make sense, but maybe it does on that planet. Okay. So it's not doing that much, but it's kind of doing what I wanted it to. Okay, so it's similar but better. That's what I'm going for. think maybe about here. We'll go with that. I like this one a lot. And maybe I should do a little bit more here. Try to get rid of this pattern from the upscaling pattern. I should have selected it more there. Okay. Okay. What's better? Leave it there. Okay. Alright, we're done for real this time. We got some more bright blues here, that's good. That's what I wanted. Okay. Here we go. So we got another lady picture here. So we're going to select the hair first. And this time it's zoomed. It's not as zoomed in. It's not as big as last time. So I'll make the brush smaller. Okay. So I'm going to select the hair. Let's see what that does. We might have to change that prompt. Black and dark red hair. Trying to get the right color here. Okay, not really, but sorta. I had it way too selected there. So let's try that. Okay, I'm just gonna go with the black. And we gotta erase this a bit more. Still too much. And I just gotta select this little section here that's too bright. Hopefully I can fix that. Okay, it's almost there. Just gotta erase it a little bit more. And add fine to that. So these ones are a little bit harder to make than the other pictures. You really gotta get the right amount of ink on there. But once you do, it works out pretty good. Okay. I'm just gonna go with like right about. So we started off here. I'm gonna go here. Yeah, that's good. Okay. We'll get a pretty soft brush, and I'll just select her outfit here. Go. Okay, that sort of did what I wanted to, but it went too far. So I think right about here. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to select the background. Okay, that was kind of bad. I gotta erase that. Okay. So what was the title here? Another goddess? I'm gonna select her face a little bit here. Just see what it does. You'll never erase anything with the weakest brush eraser. Okay. You probably need to do a little better job of selecting this. Okay. So I'll just erase that too. Alright, let's see what it does. The background is already kind of the right thing. Okay. So let's see what it did with the background. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. Alright, that's done. Does that look too loud? No, it's probably too quiet if anything. Okay, one more. Well, more than one more. We got a bunch more actually. So that was the last one we did there. Let's do this one. So here's all the ones we did so far. And this one is bounding cosmic sphere. Let's just see what happens if we do all. That's pretty cool. Okay, it did too much though, so I'm gonna go big strong eraser, and I'm gonna leave this grid alone because the grid is cool. So we're gonna leave that. The orb mostly, we'll leave that alone. Okay. So here's our start. So I think it's better just at the end there. And that was an easy one. Okay, next one. This is a cool one. Cosmic Inferno. Let's just see what it does with it. Oops, I didn't do a very good job when I stretched it. It's all messed up. Oh well. Okay, so we lose a lot of the fieriness. So this one I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to select a bunch of stuff. So I wanted to redo the boring parts. We'll leave the cool parts alone mostly. Okay, so I'll select this little boring area, maybe up here, maybe over here. Okay. That was kind of weird what it did there. Okay, let's just make this a lot weaker. I'm going to erase a little bit of stuff. Maybe I'll leave this alone. This fiery part. And I'll leave this alone. Okay, I kind of like it right about here. Just a little bit of cosmic stuff. That's pretty cool. Okay. I'll probably work on these a bit later too, but so let's see what it does. So you can notice what I was trying to go for. So I'm going to select it. I'll just select the orb because I think the background is pretty much good. And like the layout of the image is fine. Let's just get some different details going. So I kind of made this picture so it's like an X chromosome inside the middle of this thing. Alrighty, almost there. Only a bit more. Yeah, that worked really good. Looks like it turned the X chromosome into a Y. That's funny. It's like, no. Y chromosome. So it did a really good job, actually. Pretty much gonna keep it right about there. Alright. So now I gotta do this last lady picture. So she's a lot smaller this time. I'll probably have to fix this face later. But I just kind of zipped through it today. So we'll start with the hair like I usually do. And get a little bit more. So I just like the face. Okay. Okay, so it worked, but it wasn't selected enough. So the outer edges really need to be selected a lot. So I'm gonna get a small brush and go in there. So I'll just make sure it's nice and selected at the edges. And that might put too much ink here, but I'll erase it. Now let's just see what happens here. It's pretty good. This needs to be. We'll just get the eraser, and since the eraser is always weaker than the paintbrush, you can always erase a bit with the same settings. Okay. I'm not sure if it's getting any better. Maybe it was. Well, I was gonna go with that. Looks pretty good. Okay, my dress is really bad. It's just like super stretched out because I did a lot of stretching. But we're gonna see what I can do. I'll just fix it later. Oh, I did a really bad job stretching it. Oops. I can fix that though. I'll fix that later. It won't make a big difference. So... Okay, so elegant goddess, silk, dress, and robes. This almost looks like a dead pixel. I guess I like accidentally drew a dot or something. Okay. You need to be more selected here. So I'm just gonna get the need a little bit more. So I'll select here. Yeah, I'll select here. And we'll give that a go. Okay, that fixed it, the stretching. It's too bad that one breast has like different clothes than the other one. Maybe if I erase it a bit, it won't change as much. I want to change a bit to hide the stretching though. Okay. And okay, well, this needs a bit more work later, but that's fine. I'm just gonna give it another little bit there. I like her hair. It's really nice. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so background time. Get a heavier brush. I don't know why when I scroll up it's going diagonally up. I don't even know how that's possible, but it's happening. Okay, so we gotta select the background quite a bit actually. It might be faster to do all and then erase the foreground. Let's get a bit stronger brush here. That's better. Okay, starting to darken up now. Get our magic ink on there. And what was it, Muse Goddess? Wonder what it's gonna do. Okay, it's going with like a Greek mountain background. I really want to change this stuff a bit. Okay, it kind of gets the composition. I'm actually going to select the dress a little bit here. Let's just go with that. What is that? What happened? Oh. There we go. So I guess I thought that was part of the goddess. We'll just add the word palace. Okay. It's still not doing a good job here. Maybe I just need to select it a lot. You can't put apostrophes in here, so instead of that you can do of the. Okay, I'm happy with it that time. We turned that weird thing into some kind of archway. I shouldn't have selected the dress so much. So I'll erase that. Alright, a lot of trial and error. Okay, I like that. Yeah, it turned out to be a really nice picture. I thought this was going to be one of the worst ones, but it's almost one of my favorite. Okay, so what do we have left to do? So let's just see what it does. Shockwave Nebula. Okay, kind of ruins it. So if I want the picture to look like it's in space, I usually put this in. And then if you want to leave the title, you can do that. Okay, I'm going to do some good selecting here. So the stretched out part, obviously, select that. And I'm going to want to select most of it, but some areas more than others. So that. Okay, basically the stretched out area is a bunch. And like that. Okay. That brush was a little bit too strong. Okay, we'll try that. So if you like the video, make sure you like it on YouTube and subscribe. So that kind of messed up the original idea of the picture, which is to have like a shockwave bow. So I'm just going to erase that part, but I want to leave intact. Pretty much here and here. Oops, I'm going to leave that. So you could use Control Z to, or Control Z to undo. Okay, I'm going to try it without the first part here. Maybe it can focus a little bit more on the shockwave part. And I'm just going to erase the center a bit. I don't want to leave that alone. So here's how it started, and that's the end. Pretty much kept getting better that whole time, I think. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that. And let's get another one. So, Cosmic Tidal Wave Nebula. So let's see what it does. Okay, that's pretty cool. It sort of knows what to do. So I'm going to try the backwards approach. And Yeah, it totally got what I was going for with the tidal wave. It totally got it and like did a way better job than I ever could have. Alright, that's pretty sweet. Here's how it started. It just keeps getting better. Alright, that's so good. Yeah, that's a keeper. And this is going to be our last one. This one had a lot of issues with the trees. The AI has some weird ideas about the way trees can grow. So, time warp UFO. Let's see, what kind of brush do I have? Okay, 0.7. Okay. Oops. And when you control Z, it controls Z's here too. So I guess I'll have to fix that sometime. What I want to do is select it a bit weaker for the background here. Maybe just do like a slight color change or something. It'll be fine. Okay, I think we're ready to run this. Okay, so I know what I want to do now. I'm going to deselect this, so I don't want it to think that's the UFO. The UFO is going to be... Where's all this tree stuff? So the UFO will be about here. Hopefully it can pick up on that. Okay, I drew the UFO up here. Or, yeah. Oh, it's amazing how good it is at drawing a UFO. It's one of the easier things to draw, I guess. So we'll just go with that. That's pretty cool. Alright. So that was all the pictures. Something I didn't show, which I should show, because I'm kind of doing a tutorial type of thing. So you can draw in here too. So let's say we didn't like the UFO it gave us. We want a big one. We'll just draw UFO. And then we can go back here. Although, that's not a very good drawing. I probably won't save this one. But this is just to demonstrate how you can do this. I I prefer to just load it up in GIMP and then make my edits in GIMP and then load it back up in here. So yeah, I did a good job actually. Kind of looks like a mouse though, computer mouse. Yeah, I did a really good job. All right, that'll be our picture. We'll overwrite our last one with the tiny UFO. We'll replace it with the big UFO. All right, cool. Now we're done the stream. That's what we drew. That's what it did. So that's, oops, I discarded it. Okay, gotta do that same thing again. It might be slightly different this time. We'll see. Pretty much turned out the same. Okay, accept, then download. Alright, that's better. And what I like to do is, I won't do it on stream for all of them. But I open up the original picture, and then I take what we just did, open it as a layer, and then you can kind of see, do you like it more before or after? You can erase parts of it. There, make it a little bit see-through. Okay. Alright, so that was ProsePainter.com. And if you liked this video, please subscribe and leave a like.